Greetings, comrades. This is Driscoll Ed, 655-321, welcoming you to Silicon Graffiti, coming to you this week live from high atop the Ministry of Truth in the heart of beautiful Airstrip 1. They say that history can turn on a dime, but to paraphrase George Orwell, who controls history can also turn what most of us remember about history on a dime. That's why today we're here in the Ministry of Truth to visit industrious outer party comrade Winston Smith, hard at work for the glory of Big Brother.
Rutherford unperson. Substitute Ogilvy. Ogilvy bio. Details as follows.
People became unpersons on a regular basis in George Orwell's 1984, where Oceania regularly flipped sides in its war between East Asia and Eurasia. In Hollywood, the era of the microchip has allowed the movie industry to perform a slightly more benign form of cinematic digital airbrushing from time to time.
Oh, cool, a preview.
Coming this summer, it's the classic film that changed America. E.T. the Extraterrestrial, the new redone version for 2002. All the E.T. effects have been digitally upgraded, all the guns have been digitally changed to walkie-talkies, and the word terrorist has been changed to hippie.
Aw, dude, why would they do that? Yeah, hippies and terrorists are the same thing. No, dude, Spielberg changed terrorist to hippie to make E.T. more PC. That's gay.
Coming this summer, it's the motion picture that changed America. Saving Private Ryan, the re-release, where the word Nazi has been changed to persons with political differences, and all the guns have been replaced by walkie-talkies.
Why the hell do these directors keep updating their movies?
And now for your feature presentation, the classic re-release of Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back.
Woohoo!
In this version, the word Wookiee has been changed to hair-challenged animal, and the entire cast has been digitally replaced by Ewoks.
Ah!
But pivots in real life, so to speak, happen on quite a regular basis as well. One of the most recent and dramatic pivots, of course, has been the Democrats' stance on the Iraq War.
Iraq is a long way from Ohio, but what happens there matters a great deal here. For the risk that the leaders of a rogue state will use nuclear, chemical, or biological weapons against us or our allies is the greatest security threat we face. And it is a threat against which we must and will stand firm.
Or we take some ambiguous third route, which gives him yet more opportunities to develop this program of weapons of mass destruction and continue to press for the release of the sanctions and continue to ignore the solemn commitments that he made.
There are such a thing as international outlaws. I'm not sure China is one, but I'm quite sure Iran and Iraq are.
He will rebuild his arsenal of weapons of mass destruction. And someday, some way, I am certain he will use that arsenal again, as he has 10 times since 1983.
And this pivot has impacted Hollywood especially hard. These days, George Clooney is no fan of the idea of liberating Iraq from Saddam Hussein, but you wouldn't know it from watching his 1999 movie, Three Kings.
Saddam stole it from the sheiks. I have no problem stealing it from Saddam.
God bless America, and God bless a free Iraq!
We can help these people first, and then we'll be on our way.
Bush told the people to rise up against Saddam.
Now they didn't slaughter it.
But then, pivoting is nothing new for Hollywood, as we noted in a previous edition of Silicon Graffiti on screenwriter Dalton Trumbo. Trumbo's anti-war book, Johnny Got His Gun, was originally written in 1939 to benefit the Hitler-Stalin Non-Aggression Pact, and then taken off the market on the orders of Stalin once the Nazis invaded the Soviet Union. And Trumbo wasn't the only artist to pivot back then. Just as Trumbo's novel Johnny Got His Gun promoted pacifism at the start of World War II, Pete Seeger sang folk songs protesting America's entry into World War II until Hitler violated the Nazi-Soviet Non-Aggression Pact, at which point Trumbo and Seeger, under party orders, did pivots of their own. But while lots of people have been pretty comfortable with artists like Seeger and Trumbo having fringe beliefs, World War II itself has undergone some curious revisionism lately.
Our first revisionist here today, Pat Buchanan, in his new book, Churchill, Hitler, and the Unnecessary War. Pat Buchanan, quote, "For what happened to the Jews of Europe, Hitler and his collaborators bear full moral responsibility. But was the Holocaust inevitable?" Close quote. Neil Ferguson has a book and a PBS television series of the same name, The War of the World. Rush Limbaugh, I direct this one to you in particular, Christopher. Quote, "Now we've got this revisionist historian trying to say we're no better than the people we beat because we were using the same totalitarian tactics. This is a latest example of the attempt to convince as many Americans as possible that the United States is no better than any of the worst despots and mass murderers that have ever lived. Thank you, PBS." Close quote.
Can we expect more pivots and historical revisions to come? Well, look who suddenly supports property rights in the Chicago police.
What's your relationship with Barack Obama? Mr. Ayers, did he write a blurb for your book and sit on a panel with you?
No, this is my property. Would you please leave?
Do you notice the red star on his shirt there? Now, here's the irony. After Jesse's brief chat with Mr. Ayers, the guy calls the police, the same police he tried to kill back in the 60s. That is called irony. Well, the police came and escorted Ayers back to his car. Don't you just love this? When a terrorist guy needs some help, who does he call? The cops.
For Silicon Graffiti, I'm Ed Driscoll. Be seeing you.